Can't believe Christmas is next week.
There's no business like show business.
Who buys your presents for your family, your wife?
I buy the presents, like, that I give to people. Obviously, Father Christmas buys my children's presents.
Oh, if they're what? Yeah.
And I haven't got any yet. So tomorrow, after the weigh-in, I'm going to try and attempt to get some. But I always do mine on Christmas Eve.
Do you go physically out?
No, I send my staff out to get presents.
No, you
Fuck off,
made
mate. What do you think?
That's,
I'll
to be honest,
leave off.
you made
What
it.
do
You
think
might
I am?
write a list.
Yeah.
So,
Jeeves, go and get my presents from the West End, please. Harrods, not Selfridges.
I always wondered, Tank, right?
What's that, geezer?
I'm assuming your kids are too young to watch IFL TV.
I hope so.
I hope so as well. So, your kids still believe in Santa Claus, correct?
Yeah, I've got two daughters. One's 9, one's 6. And the 9-year-old is like, she believes, but she's ultra curious. She's ultra curious. So, little things like, you know that elf on the shelf thing? I'll be moving that around, and I'll move it, like the other day I moved it at the top of this TV in the house, like sitting on the top. And I woke up, I'm like, wow, look, elf on the shelf's got on top of the TV. She's like, looked at me as if to say,
Another year.
don't be silly fat nuts, you put it there.
What I was going to ask you, right? So, Santa Claus brings his presents for your kids, right? So, does that mean that you and your wife have got to buy separate presents for the kids? Because otherwise,
That's it.
Santa's getting all the credit and you buy nothing.
Yes. So what happens is, you get them to write a Christmas list, which basically tells you what they want. I'm worried about she might log into this now. You know what I mean?
Some of your language
imagine
on
if she
there, I hope
learned
she
about
doesn't.
it like, through this. So basically, Father Christmas buys the presents, obviously.
Obs.
And then we will also buy a couple of little presents that we have bought personally, just in case they were missed off the list or they came after the list.
But they come from you and your missus. I always wondered.
Just a couple. But the main ones, obviously.
Obviously come from Santa. That was 2.5 minutes of invigorating talk.
Probably our best interview for a while.
Probably. How you feeling?
Been alright. Bit of a sore throat this morning.
Why?
Been a long year, mate.
That's a quite.
We've done 14 weeks on the spin now, so. And next year we're up to about 56 events. And I just want to go to all of them, really. I don't know, it's not really going to be possible. Just trying to stay healthy. Trying to enjoy life. Trying not to get too stressed. Trying to also juggle things at home. It's not easy.
Give me 4 fights for 2019 in an
Joshua Wilder, Joshua Fury, Joshua White, Joshua Miller, Brooke Calm, Fowler Cheeseman, Fowler Fitzgerald. All right, he's got to be in first. Dave Allen against Lucas Brown. Kalyafai against Rungsavai or Gonzalez. Usyk against Ward. Bivol against Beterbiev. Boatsi against one of them.
Canelo Jacobs.
Canelo Jacobs. Callum Smith. Canelo. Callum Smith Golovkin. Love that fight. Canelo Golovkin. Josh Kelly against Danny Garcia. Just completely What? Check that outfit out. Look at you, Superfly. Loads. We used to do it all day. It's been more than 4.
That was. I know you spoke about this briefly with Umar.
What's that?
All right. About Dazn not choosing not to take this fight, but what was the reason they didn't take the fight?
Really. The 5 o'clock fights coming in from the UK don't do masses of business, to be honest with you. So they've got all of our shows, all of our 16 Saturday night fight nights, and they've basically got the option to have whatever pay-per-views they want. First last it's called. So we'll get a bid from someone and they'll look at it and go yes or no. So for the Joshua fight, others made bids. The Zone outbid everybody. They got a fight. For Usyk Bellew, others made offers. They wanted it. They paid more. For this one, we got an offer, and they went, nah. That's it. I saw like loads of conspiracy theories. Like, but no, that's just it's quite simple. They looked at the offer we had, and they went, no, take that. Yeah, it's fine. So
obviously they come standard. They take the Joshua pay-per-views. They're always going to do that. You think?
It's up to them. They've got the option to do it. Right. So they've got the option to do all of our pay-per-views. So they bought Usyk Bellew, they bought Joshua fight, and this one came around and said, look, we've just done Canelo. We've got stuff on Saturday, etc. ESPN are showing the Frampton fight. Showtime have got their show after. So we're okay. We'll duck out this weekend. That's it.
Fair enough. Okay.
I think someone said to me, have they run out of money? It's like a couple of $100,000. They just spent about $30 million last weekend. So. And had a great result as well. Massive success for them. It's funny because I read it comes up on my thing what Stephen Espinosa likes, and he likes some bizarre stuff. And some guy goes, wow, heard that the numbers for the Zone for Canelo were an absolute disaster. This is terrible, blah, blah, blah. It's like Stephen Espinosa liked. So it's I don't know. It's a weird old setup.
What were the numbers? I mean,
I can't say the numbers. They were massive, but it was free.
Yeah.
So you'd expect them to be massive, but it was beyond DAZN's expectations, and it takes the subscriber base,
which was expected to happen when Canelo fought.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, what's the point in spending the money?
Yeah.
They spent an absolute fortune, not just on the rights fee, but on the marketing. You couldn't turn on any network television without DAZN everywhere. So,
do you know what? I have to say,
it's good news for fight fans.
What?
I mean, people want to downplay it, but surely, we get stick, right, for putting $25 pay-per-views on. In America, it's $80. On Saturday, Canelo Rocky normality would have been pay-per-view on HBO, right? Would have only done, I don't know, 400,000 bucks, something small. That would have been $80 or $85. It was free. Is this not a good thing? I mean, you can't win, can you? One moment you're putting on pay-per-views and you're a robbing fucker. Next thing, it's free and it's shit. It's mad. But the good news is you're going to get Canelo Jacobs or Canelo Smith or Canelo Golovkin, all these fights, as part of your monthly subscription. So you're going to save hundreds and hundreds of dollars next year by these guys trying to reduce the cost to fight fans.
It's unlikely.
Should you support that? I don't know.
No, it's unlikely that they will ever come here, isn't it? In the near future.
I wouldn't be surprised if DAZN came to
the UK.
It's not happening next year.
How would that actually work then, in terms of...
What, for me?
No, in terms of DAZN come here, then obviously we're not going to be getting the Sky Sports content on DAZN, because why would you have Sky Sports?
Depends what rights they buy. I think if they're going to come into the market... look, they've gone into the US market, they've taken over combat sports and fight sports, and they've bought Joshua and Canelo. Right, it's a pretty big splash. In Italy, which is one of their new markets, they bought Serie A, the biggest thing you could possibly buy. In Japan, they bought the J-League, they bought all the Premier League, Champions League, boxing. In Canada, the same. In Germany, big football. So when a specific rights package comes available in the UK, might be the Premier League, might be something major.
Yeah.
Maybe they go for that. I don't know, but it's not. We know about markets they're looking at because we work very closely at them. UK is not one at the moment. That could change as soon as specific rights become available. That they may look at and go, I've always said that I don't believe. I haven't said it for about a year or two, but I don't believe that there's the demand for a boxing-only channel. That's just because I don't think there's been the demand for a fight channel in this country. And don't forget, Dazn not a fight channel. It just happens to, the first sport they picked up in America was fight sports, MMA and boxing. And now they've bought the Major League Baseball package. Now they'll buy other packages. So it's a sports platform. So could Dazn come to the UK and launch a fight sports platform? I mean, boxing's getting bigger and bigger, but the problem is it's so competitive now. There are so many shows, and we talk about the clashes, and wait till next year. I mean, it's not just us, it's Frank, it's ITV now back in the game, it's Channel 5, there'll be others. So, in one sense, it's great for boxing, that there's more competition, more shows, but in other sense, it will dilute the product. You'll sell less tickets. We'll sell less tickets. We've already seen it. But everyone else will see it because we've seen the demand for the big shows bigger than ever. And we've seen the medium shows. People go, I'll go to the big shows instead, you know? So we have to try and maintain the quality to make sure we maintain the ticket sales. That means we have to spend more money. That means it's more of a risk. And that means everybody else has got to do the same. And that becomes very dangerous for people that haven't got any money or have got a couple of £100 in the bank because it's tough. And you're going to do shows that lose a couple of £100 grand, and then you're going to do one that's a profitable show, and then it's a very volatile business. So it's not going to be easy next year. It's not going to be easy for anyone. Not going to be easy for us.
How many shows are you doing in total next year?
We're up to about 56 at the moment.
56?
Come on, Tommy, get in here, son.
There we go.
There we go. We were talking about you actually about 10 minutes ago, yeah.
Oh, listen, I can't wait for his fight. I was actually going to say, I'll still say it at the press conference, but I'll say it anyway. You talk a fucking great game. A great game. Oh, you do? Because if he backed it up, he'd be a star. But a lot of the times, I rate him. I remember watching him in Prize Fighter that we did years ago. He was about double the size, and he absolutely pummeled Tom Little for 2 rounds.
He's Tom Little.
Sorry, Tom Dallas. And then completely ran out of gas in the 3rd round. And he got stopped. He couldn't get up. He was on the floor.
Tommy Two Bellies back then.
Mate, you were a lump back then. But you could always watch it and go, do you know what? He's quite decent, he is. But the other problem is he's been taking fights at 2 weeks' notice, 3 weeks' notice. Now you had a situation where he was fit for the Dinu fight, and then sort of maintain that, and he's had what 5-6 weeks notice for this fight. So, but this is it. You know, this is his last chance really to actually make any impact in the game.
No pressure.
No, but it is, isn't it? No, but you'll always get fights.
No, I'll always
but
get
what
fights.
do you want to do? Do you want to be in big fights?
I want to be A side. That's what.
Yeah. Well, then in A sides, you have to win this fight, basically. But he can win this fight.
He's shouted a fight with Dave Allen for ages, but is that a fight you've never seemed to be interested in that?
Do you know what? I think Tom's one of those people where actually everybody knows he can box. So he's not the ideal opponent because he ain't bad. But you never know what you're going to get with Tom Little. Sometimes you're going to get a geezer who actually ain't trained 3 or 4 days. Then you're going to get one who's actually got his head down and gone, I'm on it. And what I saw at the workout yesterday was a fighter that's on it. But he is fighting someone who can really punch. I mean, he's been in with Dubois, he's been in with Hergovic. I mean, these are all big punchers. This guy's at the same level of punch power, but this guy is a lot more susceptible to getting hit and getting hurt than those. We haven't seen those guys get hurt yet. We've seen Pricey get hurt time and time again. But he's still a quality fighter who can punch very hard. So Tom can't be gung-ho and just fucking come out with his chin in here because he can whack. But if he's clever and he works his way in and he lands, he's got a great chance.
Tell him what your father said to you.
What about?
About him.
Father's told me a lot.
About Eddie Hearn, what
Father
were you
who?
telling him?
Your father, your dad.
My father rang me
I
up.
thought you meant the geezer in the church.
No, tell him what he said about Eddie Hearn.
Father said that man's got to sort you out and compensate you, otherwise he's getting the boys around with the guns.
Oh, fucking lovely. You didn't tell me that at the time. You might have got a few more quid out of me. Do you know what? It was a bit of a weird situation in that. It wasn't my responsibility, but he sort of half put it on me, and I felt like we had to do something. But I didn't give him this fight because I felt sorry for him. I gave him this fight because I think he's the right guy for this fight and this occasion. He's a funny bastard.
KUGAN, I sent him photos of a little child with all dirt around her face, holding her hands up like that.
He didn't really bother. So but I'm pleased, and if he gets a win, you're in a division now where you're going to get some big paydays. Whether you go to America, all you need is one decent win. And Price is Price is just thinking, get past Tom Little, and then I'm going to land a big fight myself. I thought Pricey boxed quite well against Kuzmin. He just weren't fit enough.
And we know what happened with the Vecking fight, you know. So.
Yeah, but he boxed well in that fight. I mean, he didn't get wobbled badly. He just ran out of gas.
I'd love to fight Kuzmin.
Well, you can do that. We can do that, right?
Love it. Listen, I ain't gonna look past him because I like David and I respect him too much to even look by him. But listen, I'm here for one job, and man, that's to get rid of him as quick as I can land one on him, and then I'll get a bit of revenge for him afterwards because he's my mate. Believe it or not, David is my mate. I talk to him all the time.
We'll leave that anyway. You told me you can't stand him.
All right. Well, listen. I'm going to carry on this conversation with Eddie.
Yeah,
Actually, do you want to? If his father's watching now.
Yeah. What's your dad's name?
I just call him Fav.
Fav, we've sorted it. Please don't send anyone round. We'll love you, and we'll send you a Harrods hamper as well for Christmas.
Ed, did you see the? It seems like we're always going over this, but did you see the Boxing Voice put out?
I saw. I only follow Benson. Benson wraps it all up for you. Benson said. Shelley said they're looking at both fights. They've made some progress on the rematch. They've had some cordial conversations with Eddie Hearn. They won't be dictated to on the date or venue.
Is that, just coming back to that, is that a sticking point? Because you have Wembley?
Everything's up for negotiation. We want a box on April the 13th. AJ wants to give, believe it or not, AJ is passionate about British boxing. He wants to bring that fight here. If we can't get that fight, unless it's in America, then he's got a decision to make. Not me. I don't make the decisions. Regardless of what people think, I put opportunities in front of people. So if they come and say, we'll make the fight, but it's got to be US first and then UK, we've got a decision to make. Doesn't mean we're going to accept it, but we'd like to be able to have those conversations to say yes or no or maybe, and I hope those conversations will come. I think that Ben Davison, I think, has done an interview saying he'd rather Joshua boxed Wilder in an undisputed fight, and then the winner fights Fury for
which
all the
makes
belts.
a lot of sense.
Of course.
Yeah.
But anything could happen. They could do a second fight, then you're made to wait a little bit more. I mean, there's loads of fights out there for Tyson Fury. Me, he could fight you, and we'd sell out Wembley now. So, Jim Skeet, you all right, mate? So, I mean, like I keep saying, everything's in the air. Everything's in the air. Don't be surprised if we fight Wilder at Wembley. Don't be surprised if we fight Fury at Wembley. Don't be surprised if we fight Whyte or Chisora at Wembley. Don't be surprised if we fight Miller in MSG. Don't be surprised if we fight Wilder at MSG. Don't be surprised if we fight... I don't know. Okay. So, like literally, this fight, there is so much hinging on this fight. That's why everyone's watching this fight going, how does this affect the landscape? If Whyte loses, what do we do?
Well, you're going to have to
fight Chisora.
be a brave man to tell Chisora you ain't getting that fight with Joshua.
Again, it ain't up to me, thankfully.
But he said he was open to it if Chisora was to win.
Yeah, Chisora was AJ's kind of hero growing up. They were out of Finchley, right? So he's never looked at him and thought, yeah, he's never looked at it and said, I want to fight Chisora. But if Chisora knocks Whyte out, you may say he deserves a shot. But maybe not. That's why, not just the result of what happens on Saturday, but how it all happens. You know, if Dillian scrapes past Chisora, you know, if Dillian flattens Chisora and knocks him spark out, and stands on the ring and goes, I want Joshua! Number one, baby, let's go! And then you might think, fucking hell, this is a big fight. It is a big fight, but we can carry this on after.
All right, no worries. Hopefully there's no tables being thrown today.
No, this is the undercard one.
Yeah, that's the one I meant.
Through now.